Hello language lovers! Before starting, I need to make a little announcement for the Spanish speakers. Hola amantes de los idiomas, este video estará en inglés, por lo que si no dominan esta lengua no olviden activar los subtítulos. Y recuerden que he hecho un video donde explico cómo usarlos. And now, let's begin. There can be so many reasons to choose a language, but today we are going to talk about some of the most frequent or the ones that I think can be the most important to consider. As I told you in a previous video, motivation is the most important factor to take into account. If you feel motivated for a particular language, then you can probably have the answer of which language is the one that you will choose. But let's think that you have many languages to consider. Then you will need to do an exercise of self-knowledge in order to choose. You need to answer a question. Why? Why do you want to learn a specific language? Reasons can vary, but I can think of some of the most recurring ones. Because by learning the language, you can improve your resume and your skills in order to find a better job. For non-English speakers, this is probably the most recurrent reason of why learning, English. This can also apply to a different language that has an important role in the world economy, geopolitics, or in business. It can be because it has so many speakers, or it has a country or countries that have a very strong economy. Or there are players in the world affairs and, thus, knowing the language can allow you to access to a series of jobs like translation or interpretation. Or maybe not in the global scale, or rather because there is a country nearby of yours that speaks this particular language. And it's important for you to conduct business or diplomacy with the neighboring country. Another reason is the culture that the language represents. In this case, usually you may find attractive the literature, music, film industry, history, tradition, religion, people, and many other ways that this particular language allows you to connect with the culture. This can also be to connect with some of your ancestors, or if you have a particular descent and you want to recover the culture despite not being a native speaker. Another reason can be the aesthetics of the language. Maybe it sounds pretty to your ears or to your eyes for the writing or sign languages. And you may find poetry, music, or other ways of expression very nice if it is done with that particular language. Or maybe you have a particular precious memory in the sense of something that you remember in your life that makes you connect with that language, and thus the language becomes pretty as well for you, regardless of the way it is spoken, signed, or written. Another reason is the prestige that the language has. Maybe knowing this particular language can make you look clever or deeper as a person, and those connected to the language or the culture behind it can put you on a special status among your peers. Personally, I will encourage you to try to pursue this kind of motivation and reason for a language that may need an opportunity to have it. Maybe a language that doesn't have this status that the others have. If you go with this attitude, it can become more prestigious in time. Another reason is the challenge that learning a language presents. This can be just as a personal challenge in order to train your memory and keep your brain in optimal condition, since learning the language requires a lot of brain work. As a reward, you may have access to everything that I have said as well. Another reason is the social one. What this reason differentiates itself from the others is the fact that this is more or less a necessity if you want to improve your social life. You want to learn a language because you want to make friends or improve your friendship with the native speakers. You want to find a partner or improve your relationship with him or her. This also applies if you are planning or you are already living in a country or region where the language is spoken. It's crucial to learn it if you want to improve your everything life there. This series of reasons, while not exhaustive nor mutually exclusive, make the vast majority of reasons that you can find to learn the language. But these reasons only answer the why question. There are still other questions to answer, like how in particular. We will analyze the how question in a later video. These reasons also answer more or less another question, the what question. If you think about it, All of these reasons have a goal in mind, and that goal is precisely what you are planning to obtain by learning a language. For now, think about what I have told you today. Make this exercise and think if you learn the language based on one or many of these reasons. Or if you're planning to learn our language, but you have a similar reasons of the one that I told you, tell me about it in the comments. Thank you. Don't forget to subscribe, like this video, leave your comments below, and share this video to other people. See you next time.